John, thank you very much. Well, I sing. However, some of us may well be singing in the rain this week, the way things are this week. But let's first concentrate on this afternoon. Certainly the emphasis on the milder and the brighter weather compared to what we had yesterday. Yes, low pressure is in charge of the weather today, but in fact the thickest of the cloud and the rainiest of the weather is actually across northern parts of Britain. Across Scotland, for example, where we still have some problems with the snow. Some of the higher routes, for example, the A9, have been or perhaps still are cut off, but it's not something we're not used to. The southern parts of Scotland seeing some drier weather, and you can see as we scoot further southwards across the UK here, certainly some brightness. I think this afternoon, or at least for the rest of this afternoon, we will concentrate on the dry weather rather than the showers. We did have a few rumbles of thunder, having said that this morning, but I think the chance is probably that you're going to see more dry weather for the rest of the day. Quite windy though, quite strong winds, especially across Cornwall and Devon, gusty winds as well, and some of those gusty showers are getting into parts of southern Wales too. And for Northern Ireland, it's a mixture of sometimes sunshine, perhaps sometimes a little bit of rain. Now, as we get into the evening hours, we still have some snow, especially across northern parts of Highland, across Scotland, some icy, foggy conditions around as well. But for most of us, it's very mild, very breezy still, and also quite a bit of rain and showers around. Temperatures around 7 degrees in the south and around 0 to 2 degrees Celsius typically across parts of Scotland. Now on Monday we are going to see this area of low pressure developing and bringing quite a squeeze in the isobars here, especially for southern parts of Britain. That means gale force winds for the Channel during the course of Monday morning and into the afternoon. That means that gusts, for example, across the Channel Islands could be of around about 60 miles an hour, so some pretty strong winds to come. For the rest of us, the winds aren't quite as strong the further north we go across the country, but we are going to see a scattering of showers, but some sunshine around as well. And the last of the snow should have cleared Scotland by then as well. 10 in the south and still single figures in the north. Now the emphasis for this coming week, it will certainly be milder than it was last week. Of course, last week we had all the snow. This week we'll see Atlantic winds coming in, and some of those winds will be pretty strong. One particular day could be very windy, but we'll get to that in just a second. On Tuesday, we are going to see this separate weather system bringing in some rain towards the southwest here. Let's freeze the animation for a second here. Ahead of it, we are going to see some dry weather across the Midlands and eastern parts of Britain, but very quickly, as we head through the day, the cloud will pile in and bring some rain. Now that rain, the Tuesday's rain, will be eventually clearing away during the course of Wednesday with some dry weather developing, this ridge of high pressure that squeezes out most of the cloud. In fact, I think Wednesday will be the best day of the week, if sunshine is what, of course, you want. 10 degrees in the south in the sunshine, but rain will quickly get into Northern Ireland and into northwestern parts of Britain. So Thursday, I think, is a real wild day with gusty winds blowing around this big area of low pressure. In fact, gales or even severe gale force winds expected through this corner of the country. In fact, everywhere across the UK will be quite windy, but we are expecting anywhere between about 20, perhaps even 30 millimetres of rain, that is, across the western upslopes of parts of Britain. Now on Friday, we start to see that low pressure eventually clearing away towards the north and the east. Something a little bit dry maybe during the course of the night and in the north. But first, on Friday, we are going to see more rain coming in from the south. So it looks as though the rain probably not clearing away completely from the south, but it still stays mild. And now it's over to John in Wales.